look at that. I declare bueno. Now all I have to do is get it all back together, which is not going to be easy. Go me. Alright, robot, we're going to address this problem. I did a video on this a few months ago. We've had a reoccurrence of it because this thing's a piece of junk. Anyway, this thing here, the sunroof thing, water accumulates in that and then eventually gets inside the cabs, which is what I don't want. I'm going to try to do, first of all, is to send some of this stuff down. It's blaster. And I used some of it the other day. It's a penetrating stuff. Hopefully it'll penetrate through the gick. The hole itself is just a little bitty, and it's underwater at the moment. Right about there. See it? Alright, here you go, blaster. Well, unfortunately, blaster wasn't successful. It just bubbled back up. But that does confirm that that was what the problem was. So that's a good thing. I'll know when I fix it. Yeah, who knew that oil would float? Alright, now I'm going to send this wire down there like I did the last time. Last time I did it, it was red. I think I've still got that red wire around someplace, but I'm thinking white will give me better luck. This is how far I got it. Let's see if it's draining out the bottom. Nope. Here's the new plan. I've got one of these little tire blower uppers. And I've got this, and I've got this long tube, and that should reach down to where that thing comes out. And I should be able to blast it out with air. If that didn't work, I've got one more fallback position. It's unsuccessful. We're up to plan D now, or is it C? I think I can get more pressure and then just blow on this. Look at this. That means it's coming out slowly. Maybe if I keep doing that, it'll work. There's our nozzle. And this is from a bike tube that I just sacrificed for this job. I can screw this thing here on here. This is one of these little things that takes the CO2 cartridge used for the bikers use. So not only is it high pressure, but there's quite a bit of volume. Now I should be able to stick this all the way down in here. Well, I know where it is. Uh-oh. go. Alright, robot, this is plan E or F. I forget which plan I'm on. I'm going to bulb this stuff out of here. I'm going to shoot a bunch of apple cider vinegar in there to see if it works. And I think I can get a little air pressure on it here too with this thing. It works in my ear. I don't know if it'll work in this thing or not. No, that was unsuccessful. Maybe some combination of air and water will work. Alright, robot, I forget which number of temp we're on, but the suggested people on the web here think I should use this weed whacker cable, which I happen to have one of. So let's see if I can get this thing down there. The benefit to it is it's more rigid actually than that wire. So let's see what happens. There it is, looking ugly. Pour some more water in it and see what happens. Nada. Damn it. Alright, robot. The 7th or 8th attempt of doing this with a weed whack cable was unsuccessful. According to the people that do this stuff for a living, the actual tube that runs this is right behind this emergency brake lever, and it runs through the firewall at this point here. So part of the project is to remove this thing. Those are 13mm nuts. Once I get them off, this lever will come off, I think. And then I'll be able to attack the problem of the hose, which is the back of it. I'll spare you the profanity of me getting up in there to take those off. Alright, robot, as predicted, that was hard. Let's get up under here so hopefully you'll be able to see this. If not, this video will be a lot more boring. Back behind this bunch of wire here is a brown tube, and it says SAE on it. And right there, as you can see, is the grommet. Maybe you can't see that. Right there is the grommet that leads through the firewall. It goes to the outside of this thing. Oops, I'm not even looking at it here. Let's see if we can get a little better look. There it is, all the way back in there. See it? It's kind of cream colored. There it is. Maybe you can see it now. The suggested method is to stick something in there and unplug it, because that's where the obstruction is. Here we go, you can maybe see it a little bit better. There it is. There's the brown hose, and that just plugs onto the end of that thing. There's not even a hose clamp or anything, thank goodness. And all I have to do is unplug that damn thing and I'm in business. Got it? Alright, robot, I was able to get this tool, which looks like a bent screwdriver, implausibly, into that little hole, and now we're going to test this thing and see if it worked. Moment of truth. coming out right there. It's looking iffy. Alright, that's unfortunate. I'm going to have to try a different tool. Alright, robot, after further review, this is the preferred tool. It's a bent up piece of an old coat hanger. These are the more stiff ones. Modern coat hangers aren't quite as good. That one's a few years old. Now we're going to try the test again. Look at that. I declare bueno. Now all I have to do is get it all back together, which is not going to be easy. Go me. Alright, robot, here's the final summary of this thing. Took me about 2 hours to get that thing off, unplug the grommet with that coat hanger, put it all back together. That's today on top of the hour or so I used yesterday, so it's a 3-hour job. Assuming I'm equally smart as one of today's auto mechanics, that's about $600. The parts, they probably would have replaced that tube or whatever if you'd taken it to a dealer, so I'm calling it $700. So $700, and the actual cost to me was that deep wall 13mm socket to take those bolts off of the, or nuts rather, off of the emergency brake. So I'm declaring bueno, auto mechanic brilliance.